Hello, my name is Sharon Fitzpatrick and welcome to my YouTube channel Lifestyle with Sharon. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some homemade toffee. I'm going to show you how to make them into little balls, and I'll do another shape as well, and I'll do some with and without chocolate. If you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up and watch the whole video in full because it'll help the channel grow. And also subscribe, it's free of charge, and hit the notification bell to make sure you get notifications to remind you when the videos come out. So enjoy! So this is such a simple recipe. I literally have some condensed milk, a can of it. You can get it in a packet sometimes. It's usually tins. And what you do is you put it in a non-stick frying pan and you want your heat low to medium. Okay, you don't want to do it too high because it will burn. So low to medium heat, and you literally just keep stirring and the colour will change to a nice golden brown. Make sure you use a non-stick pan. Okay, so this has been slowly cooking for about 10 minutes and I've just kept stirring like this, and I'm making sure I'm getting the edges and then just making sure everywhere in the pan is getting a good mix. And as you can see, as you're starting to kind of pull it back like this, you can see a gap in the pan, whereas at the very early stages that wouldn't be able to happen. So that means it's starting to come together. So you can see it's getting quite thick now. So if I just pull this, it's very easy to separate it now. You can see it's if I kind of flip it over like that, it's getting quite toffee-like. You want to cook it for a little bit longer so that the colour changes. Even when it gets to this consistency, you want to cook it for a little bit more. So altogether, I've been cooking this for 20 minutes. You can't rush it because otherwise it will just burn. You want to do it nice and slowly. And it's quite fun anyway, seeing how it changes. Now, some people use butter and sugar to make toffee. That is one way of doing it, and I might show you that video a different day. And some people use butter and condensed milk, but I think all you need is the condensed milk. One thing you can do is you can add either chocolate into this to make it a chocolate toffee, or you can add coffee, or you can have peppermint. You can add a bit of vanilla. You can experiment and try different flavours. And if you do experiment, do let me know in the comments below what you put in yours and how it turned out. So as you can see, it really is getting quite thick and it's starting to change colour. There's a kind of a light brown colour. Now you can take it out at this stage if you wanted, or you can leave it a little bit longer and have a darker toffee. The darker it is, the harder it is when it cools. So far I've been cooking this for 25 minutes. I think I'm going to do another 5 minutes and then I'll take it out and I'll show you what to do from there. Okay, so you can see now the colour has changed again. So far I've been cooking this for 30 minutes and it really is quite solid. So you can literally scrape it all the way around, so there's nothing left, as you can see, and it's just so thick. And that's why it's important to use the non-stick pan. Right, so I'm going to turn the heat off now and I'm going to put this on some grease-proof paper. So it'll just be one big solid mass, and you just put it onto your greaseproof paper. Now do not touch this with your hands because it is roasting hot. So don't be tempted to put your finger on the wooden spoon to scrape it off or have a little lick, because you will burn yourself. So use a knife, just get the last bits off like this. And then what you want to do is just flatten it a little bit so it's not too thick. So while that's cooling, I'm just having a quick cup of tea and then we'll take a look at it and see how it's doing. So just to cover some of it with chocolate, I put dark chocolate in here and had a pot of hot water underneath and simmered that for a few minutes, and that just melts the chocolate. Okay, so after about 10 minutes you can just get a normal knife and kind of smooth some of it over. If you didn't want to put it into bowls and you just wanted to put it into squares or rectangles, you just smooth it over a little bit. You just need a little small bit. Put it in your hand and roll it around. So not too hard, gentle pressure. The bowls will get better with practice. You get the pressure right. So here's a few balls that I've made so far. Now, another thing you can do is when you've got it into a ball, if you don't want to stay with that, you can kind of squash it and kind of make a square shape with your fingers like that. So then you have like a cube. You could make your circle flat just by squashing it and make a flat kind of circle shape. You know, just have fun with it. As I said, you can do a long sausage one. Now if you find it's hard when you're cutting, then you might have to wash the knife every now and then, because otherwise it all sticks to the knife and it makes it hard for cutting. So anyway, we'll just cut a square section here, because you see as it starts to cool it doesn't stick to the knife as much. But when it's nice and soft it does stick to the knife, so you might have to wash it occasionally. So these are as square as I can get them. They don't have to be perfect shaped. I'm not one for perfection. It's about having fun and tasting nice. So there's your little square ones. You can melt a little bit of chocolate on them. And don't worry about it sticking onto the paper. If it does, just let it cool if you're having a lot of bother with it, and then it will just peel off. We've made round, flat, circle ones. So we've got a square, cubed one, which I've covered in chocolate. One of the round, flat, penny ones, we've got a bit of chocolate on that. And for a bit of fun, I've made a face. 2 squares for the eyes, square nose, use the balls for the mouth. And thank you for watching the video today on how to make homemade toffee using one simple ingredient. So I hope you enjoyed it, and please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now.